So to start this off, we first need to go to Wix.com. And Wix, if you're not familiar with it already, is a pretty mainstream website builder. And they allow you to build free websites, and then you can eventually purchase them if you'd like. But you don't need to. So know that you can make a free website and you can use it forever completely free. If you do want to purchase it, then you can customize, take their branding off of it. You won't have any of their logos or anything like that. Granted, it's an amazing website free. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and get started. And then here it's going to ask you to log in or sign up. So I have a brand new account that I just made here, and I'll log in with it. And what we're going to do for this application is we're going to hit photography. And then you have a ton to choose from, but I highly recommend this one right here in the right corner. It's called Family Photographer. I'll explain why I recommend this one. However, after you watch this video, feel free to go back and choose any of these that you really prefer. And there's a ton of different categories, a bunch of pages in each of the categories. So you have a lot to choose from. But as I said, I recommend this one, so you can do view or edit. So what I'm going to do is show you view, and then we'll go to edit from there. So this is what it looks like, and the reason that I recommend this so much is it's already built kind of perfectly for what we need. You have different categories up top here, so you don't have to name these things. What you can name these are the different geographical locations that you have stock photos in, the different categories of stock photos, anything that differentiates the different folders of stock photos that you have. And then maybe like an info section if you want one. Something to note is that the photos that are in here right now are in a Wix Pro Gallery. So what that means is you can see the photos. It's really easy to see different ones. You can like them, share them, see them in full screen, but you cannot actually purchase them. So this is what we need to change here. And then another thing before we change it, just to note that's really cool, is they have this transparent footer down here, which is really nice. It gives you a really good look, and you can put your different social pages down here. So if you don't have one of these, like if you don't have a Pinterest, I'll show you, you can just take that right out, and it'll just be the other three, or whatever you want to put there. If you really don't have any, you can take them all out, no problem. But I'll walk you through all of that. Then up top here, you can actually edit all of this. You can drag and drop, you can put in your logo, you can put in any information you want up here. But really, it's just page to page is really cool here. So what I'm going to do is start editing this. So let's go to edit this site. And I'll load here for a second, it's pretty quick. And then what we're going to do, the first step is we're going to click right on here. And we're going to go to settings. And when I mean click on here, you can click anywhere in here. It just selects the Pro Gallery. And you'll see that it's selected by this blue border. And then you'll hit settings. And we'll come down to store. And then we'll hit get started. So this is actually a free app that Wix has. It's called a Wix Art Store, and they allow you to sell photos. So what we're going to do is add this to the portfolio page. That's the page that we're on right now on this test site. And you'll see it just drops it right in, right over top. So we're actually going to move this down, and then we're going to click on the Pro Gallery and hit the delete button, and just delete that and replace it with this one. We'll just line it right up. And then just like that, I mean, in its simplest form, if we hit preview now we essentially have a Wix Pro Gallery with buy now buttons. That's the only big difference. So you can select any of these photos and you can see them, you can add them to your cart, you can add them to your cart down here as well, and then you can select what kind of license you'd like to purchase. You can view it in full screen to see some of the detail, and you'll be able to put your watermark on here, so know that no one can actually download them without the watermark until they buy them. When they buy them, it'll be delivered to them from Wix without you doing anything, automatically and without the watermark in whichever size they purchase it and with the corresponding license. So here are some licenses that Wix gives you to use. It gives you a little bit of a kind of summary of it, and then you can see the full license here. Commercial and extended, but you can actually customize your own licenses, or you can use theirs. Select what, if you want to sell it in web size, I think they call this one, and then the original size here. Yeah, web ready and original file. Or you can opt out of certain ones if you want, but that's just choosing your license. Put a little description if you want and the title. And people can add it right to their cart. They can change whatever kind of license they want. And then, okay, they can keep shopping. And they can go and they can add another one to their cart. So just like that, it starts adding to their cart and they can check out seamlessly. Wix does not take a cut from this. And what I like about this best is that when someone buys a photo on here, Wix emails it to them without you doing anything. So you won't need to actually do anything, it's completely automated. So what we're going to do, let's go back to the editor here. we need to get this on every page. So what we're going to do is we're going to right click this and we're going to copy it. Then we're going to go up top and we're going to go to the next page. Just get this out of the way. And then we're going to click, delete, and then right click and paste. And then always puts it up top, but just drag it down and get it in the right place. Just like that. Let's go on to the next page. And it's the same deal. Just click and delete and then paste. And drag it down. Just like that. It's a little bit tedious, but you've got to do this. This is the fastest way to do this on all the pages. Alright, so if you get to a point like this one right here, and it won't let you delete it because it's a booking page, so what you'll do is just go up top here and just delete the whole thing. And then if that happens again, it's really easy to add the stuff back. So I think it's going to happen again right here, but I'll show you. So we'll just delete this. Yeah, see, it's the same thing. So let's just remove it. And then we can add in another, if we need another tab up top, we can add it right in. So the first thing I just want to do is just show you that this page is hidden. So what we will do is just do show. And then it'll show it right up top here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If that's enough tabs for you, if you have that many categories, then you won't need to make any more. Now if you do have another category, all you'll do is add a page, and name it whatever you want. So we'll just name this test. And then it'll add it to wherever you want. So let's put it all the way at the end, and it'll put it right up here. And if we want to add the photos to it, we'll go to Portfolio, right click, and then copy. And then we'll come over to Test, and paste it. And just drag it down, and just like that. So let's go in and let's edit a couple of these up here. Let's show you how this is done. So these are the names of the tabs. So just double click it and you can switch it to whatever you want. So if we're going to have different geographical locations, then all we would do is do like Naples, Florida. Let's do this one, double click. We'll do Fort Myers. These are just towns near where I live. We'll double click this and we'll do Estero, Florida. And we can keep going. And remember, you can add as many of these as you need. So I don't need this many, so I'm just going to delete some of these. Perfect. So if we go to preview, look how easy this is. So now you have your page right here, and then you have different categories that people can click, and they can purchase all the photos just like that. So let's go back to editor again, and you can change all this up here. And on Wix, which is great, you can drag and drop whatever you want, and you can add logos, whatever you need. So, and if you want to go back, just bam, bam, just like that, and it'll center things for you as well. So you see that it just snaps into place. So it's perfect. So just double click that to edit, and you can change it to whatever you want. I'm going to leave it how it is. As you can see, there's a hyperlink on here. Let's just disconnect the link, and then we'll click it again, and you can choose what page you want it to go to. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that it's going to this page, which is the Naples page. So if anyone clicks this, it'll bring them back to the home page. Turn the underline off, just like that. Now you have a link going to wherever you want without underline. It's perfect. So let's just change this to test company, if you will. Test company photography. That sounds real good. But so that's that. And then you can come down to the bottom here at your footer, and you can do the same thing. So double click down here, and this'll, if you have these, you can use them. If not, you can just delete them like that. So let's just leave 2 here, and then you can decide where the link is going to go to. So you can put it to your own Facebook page, you can put it to your own Instagram, just like that. Very simple. And then just come down and center it. And let's switch this down here as well. Don't forget about that. The copyright symbol, that's a good way to informally copyright your things. You don't have to do any paperwork or anything. Just put the copyright symbol and then what year it is. So we'll do 2018 by, and then whatever your company is. or whatever your name is if you don't have a company. So this is in pretty good shape right now, so let's go through how you edit the media. So just select this, no right clicking or anything, and then just hit Manage Media. And then what I like to do is just clear all of these out. So select all and delete, and then add media. We'll do an image. And what this is telling you to do is to upload the highest res photo that you have. So if someone buys it in its original format, they can send that photo. And then if someone buys it in a web-ready format, Wix can resize the original file, and they have the original file to resize from, so that they can send the customer a smaller version of it. So just make sure you're uploading the fullest resolution that you have. So then if you have any photos that are already uploaded to Wix, then they'll be right here. If not, all you'll have to do is upload media, or upload images, and select which ones you'd like to upload. So let's just select all these. These are the ones that are in there right now. And then it'll upload them right into your library, if you will. They won't be directly uploaded onto your page in your Naples, Florida category, but they'll be uploaded here for you to choose from. Another thing that I really like about Wix is they implemented a parallel upload system. So all of these photos upload simultaneously. So it's a really quick upload. As you can see, these photos are pretty big. They're 8 megabytes each. This is a pretty quick upload if they're all going at the same time. Alright, and then once you have your photos in here, then all you'll have to do is select which ones you want to go in the gallery. So you can select multiple. Let's select all of these, and we'll hit apply. And then they all go in here. A cool thing to note is that in the future, when you go to add new photos, or even right now if you want to add additional photos, hit this little gear dial, and it tells it where you want those photos to go. Do you want them to be at the start of the gallery or at the end of the gallery? Just a good thing to know. So I'll put the new ones at the start of the gallery. And then you have spaces to put in titles. You can add your title here, description, and a link if you want. I leave all of these blank. It takes a little bit more time, but it's better if you can annotate or put a title where this photo is taken, so like Peninsula of such and such, so that when people come through, if they don't recognize it right away, which 9 out of 10 times they will, then it'll tell them right there. So it's just for people who aren't as experienced. But if you hit X right there, now you've got your photos right in here, and it looks really good. So as you can see, it still has the little watermark spot at the bottom. So we'll do settings, and we'll come right into settings again. You customize watermark, and then all you have to do is just change watermark and upload a PNG of your logo, or whatever you want your watermark to be. Easy as that, and you can customize it right there, the size, the opacity, whatever you'd like. And you can actually decide where you want to put it too. As you can see, I just put that one right in the center. So that's a really easy thing to do. I like to turn download preview off. What this would allow your client to do is download a version of it to see if they like it. But I really don't even want to give anyone that option, because if they're doing that, sometimes people are really good in Photoshop and they can make the pixels look a lot clearer than they really are, and they can use it. So just go ahead and turn that off. Social sharing, you can leave that on. That's so anyone can share that they like this on your page on Facebook or whatever. And then the heart counter is the heart for how many people come through and decide they like that photo. Just a good thing, it shows some social proof, so you can leave that on as well. And then when you come through here, you can customize a little bit more of the options here. So if you go to design and then customize expand mode, you can decide what you want to show. So I never put any links in here, and then it shows you in real time what it's looking like. I typically don't put descriptions or even titles. So it just got a buy now button, and then you've got the licenses just like that. And you can change the color of whatever you really want. So your add to cart button here, you can switch the color of it. You can make that a blue if you wanted. And just like that. And it's got a border on it, so let's turn that border off. And the border's gone. And you can even switch what the add to cart button says. So you could say like buy now or whatever you wanted. But that's that. So let's just check that out real quick. Preview. Let's click on one of these. And then as you can see, it's just select the license and add to cart, the blue button. It's perfect. And people can even see it in the full size here. So you can see with the watermark right on top. So it's a really good preview. Now this gives you the little thumbnails with the square thumbnails here. If you want to change any of that, all you have to do is click it and hit settings. And then layout. And you can really switch however you want these to look. So you can put them on a slider, you could do a collage. You can really do anything you like, and it'll update in real time as well. And then you can adjust the thumbnail size, the spacing between the photos. There's a lot you can do here. I recommend just kind of leaving it how it is and maybe changing the layout. Alright, and then the most important thing that we have to do here is click on it, hit settings, and set up your store. So we'll just do store here, and we'll do start now. And you can opt to do just sell the digital images, or you can do a digital images and print. And what this does is it actually outsources it to another website and allows people to print on phone cases or whatever, really, shirts. I don't like doing that. I don't like having any third parties involved, so I like just to do sell digital. And this way people can just buy the photos. And what they do with it is up to them based on the license. So you can add more images. That'll do the same as what Manage Media does. And then set pricing. So now you can decide what the pricing for each license is. And it'll tell you what it is kind of briefly here. And you can create your own license. If you want here, you just type up the document, upload it here, put a description and the license name. It's very simple to do. You may already have a license that you like to use. This is the place to import that. And then you just set your prices right here. It's as simple as that. You can decide if you want to, I don't want to sell this in WebReady. I don't want to use commercial use. I only want to use extended. Turn both of these off. Only use your custom license. So very simple to do there. And then manage store. This is probably the most important part right here. So this brings you into the Wix Art Store app here, and you can decide how you want to be paid. So I would suggest turning on the credit cards and debit cards and connect with PayPal. So if it's connected with credit cards, debit cards, you're going to have a varying fee, but most people are completely okay with paying credit and debit. Now, if some people are going to pay with PayPal and they only like to pay with PayPal online, then they would opt for this. That's why it's good to turn both of them on. It's very simple to do. And then if someone's using PayPal, it's 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. So it really comes down to nothing. So connect both of these. Very simple to do. All you have to do is, do you already have a PayPal account? Yes or no? And if you do, yes, you just type in your login information and it connects right to it. It takes about 30 seconds. If not, you just create an account and you just put in the basic information that PayPal needs to set up an account to receive money, and that's that. And then the same over for Connect Credit Card. You just decide what you want to use. I use Stripe. I think Stripe is a little bit better than Square, and you got the same transaction fee. You got 2.9% plus 30 cents. Very simple. So then once these are all set, just come down to business info. So here you're going to put your business name. You'll put the name of your website or your name if you don't have one. In this case, as you saw, we had test company up top. We'll put that here. Put a logo here if you have it. And then that's what's going to show up on the virtual receipt, the delivery email that the client gets with their photo. So that's what's there. And then this email is for two things. So it also shows up on the delivery email to the client, but also it's going to be for order confirmation. So if you want to get notified every time someone makes a sale or makes a purchase on your website, then you just put in your email right here. Well, you have to put it in either way, but put it in right here and then leave this on. Get an email when you make a sale. If you don't want to get notified every time you make a sale, you can just turn that off just like that. And then none of this you shouldn't have to change. If you're doing a different currency, obviously change that, but 9 out of 10 times we're going to be leaving that. And then when you come back up top here, you will be able to see all of your orders. So you can come in here and check, and you can see all the orders. They'll be listed. You'll have a huge list of them. You can scroll, and you can see all the people who have made purchases and what they bought. So that's really nice. You can manage your licenses as well. And then once that's set up, this store is ready to rock and roll. So we'll go back into preview. And now we can see that the Naples page is completely set up. You can add more photos if you want. You can change the layout. We'll just come over to Fort Myers, and we'll just do the same thing. So for our Fort Myers photos, we'll just go back to editor. Let's go to Fort Myers. We'll click it, manage media. Select all, delete, and then we'll just add in our media just like before. And do keep in mind that you can add videos as well. So you can upload a video right here, and then you can sell videos. So that's another cool thing about this, is you can sell not only photos, but you can sell video stock. So I don't want to waste your time doing this, so I'm just gonna, you got the gist of what that is like. Let's go back to preview. So all of this, all of these pages will look like this. So you'll have the same look as this all the way through, and you'll have the cart right here, easy as that, and your test company. So I mean, it doesn't get any simpler than that. So then real quickly, let's just click mobile up top, and we'll go to edit mobile view. And just know that your website is going to look completely different on mobile. It's mobile friendly from Wix, so that they make it a lot easier for us. So you don't have this big, clunky, out-of-date desktop view on mobile. But you can really adjust anything here. So if this is too big for you, you can just bring this right up. Do the same up here. Bring the card up, and then just make this a bit smaller. And even with this, I mean, you can drag these in if you want to have a border around it. It's up to you, or you can leave it how it is. But you preview that. I mean, it looks pretty good. And we'll just go back to editor here, and we'll go to edit desktop view. But that's just so you know how the mobile view works, and before you launch your site, you're definitely going to want to check out the mobile, make sure everything looks good to you. So then once this site is ready to go, obviously with this, we only have the first page filled out, but with you, you'll have all of these filled out. Once it's ready to go and you're happy with it, we'll go ahead and we'll just make sure that it's saved, and then we'll hit publish. So now, this is your site name. So this is on the free version of Wix. It gives you a free website, but it does it kind of on their terms. So it still has Wix in it. This is your URL. So you can copy this, and then you can literally make a new tab, paste it, and go right to your only drawbacks. You're going to have this footer at the bottom that you can't take away, and then you're going to have this create your Wix site now. This is just their advertising, but they give you free hosting, and they give you a free website. So for having these two things, that's really not a bad deal. And people can still go through and they can buy the whole 9 yards. So that's very cool. So then once you have this going, what I like to do is you can do one of two things. You can take this and you can just share that with everyone. Now that's the complete free way to do this. That would be the end of this course on how to do this completely free. So if you want to kind of take this to the next level, it doesn't cost a lot of money. But if you want to make this look really professional, you can do a couple things here. So the cheap way to make it look professional is to make sure you have this copied, and then create a new tab and just Google domains, and go right to domains.google.com. So in here, you can purchase a domain, and 99% of them are $12 for a whole year. And you can renew it every year. Typically, it stays at $12. So very easy, so you can search whatever you want. This is like GoDaddy. This is like all the other websites where you can buy a domain, except you're buying it through Google, so it's like buying it from the wholesaler. You get it for 12 bucks. GoDaddy's going to charge you, maybe they'll do free for the first year to entice you in, and then they'll charge you $50 the next year, $65 the following year when you're locked in and you want to keep using it. So at Google, you're getting it for 12 bucks a year, and you know it's going to be consistent and cheap, and you're not going to pay anything extra. So search whatever you want to search here, whatever, maybe your first and last name, whatever the name of your company was, but anything, just to give you an example. I'm sure Test Company is going to be taken, but I'll search it anyway just to show you. Test Company obviously is taken, but it gives you some alternatives that you can use. Any of these, testcompany.biz, test.co, I mean, that's actually pretty cool. I'm surprised that's available. But then all you do is just add it to your cart, and you just buy it right through Google. And then once you do that, it's very simple. So then once you have that, I'm just going to give you an example right now. You just come to this DNS right here, click that, and you just do, not this one, synthetic records. So you're just going to do a subdomain forward. So all you do is put in www. whatever your website is, and you just paste right here what your website is. Then anyone who types in your website that you just chose will automatically be redirected right to whatever your Wix site is. So it'll bring them right here. So you can then tell people to go to testcompany.co to buy my photos. And word of mouth, people get around, they remember that website, they go type it in, and it brings them right to here, to your much more complicated URL that no one would remember. So that's a really cheap, it's like $12 a year, $1 a month. I mean, you can't, it's like 3 cents a day. So that's a very cheap way to do it. And then the other more official way to do it is a combination of two things. So you would buy your website name, just like that, 3 cents a day, and then you would come over to Wix, you go to your website editor, and you would hit upgrade. So you can do compare plans. It's really cheap to do. At $5 a month, you can connect your domain that you just bought from Google for $12 a year. So when someone types in testcompany.co or whatever it is, it remains testcompany.co, and it brings them right to your website, and it still says testcompany.co. This old long thing is completely gone. So now you're all in $6 a month. I mean, that's the complete cost. That's like so minimal. If you sell one photo a year, you're going to cover all of your expenses. And then the only difference between these two right here is that you're going to have 500 megabytes of storage. So if each of your photos are 10 megabytes, you'll be able to sell 50 photos at a time. So if you need to sell more than that, $10 a month is 3 gigabytes of storage. So you'll be able to sell a heck of a lot more photos. It's like 300 photos or 50 photos. So maybe you start with this one, and then as you get bigger, you'll upgrade to this one. So the difference between these two as well is that this $5 a month still includes the Wix brand. So you're still going to have this mark and this mark and this little thing right here. So if you're okay with that, $6 a month is no problem. If you want to pay $10 a month and then the $1 a month for your domain, it'll be completely your website. No one will be able to tell that it was made on Wix, and it'll be entirely yours, so it'll look really, really, really professional. So those are your two options. You're either going to be all in $6 a month with a little bit of branding and 50 photos maximum, or you'll be all in $11 a month and it's completely yours. You can do 300 photos. You'll be able to connect your domain. I mean, that's like the best you need right there. Just a couple more things to know here is once everything's good to go, you can come up to Site and you can do Site Manager. And here you have a bunch of the bigger picture items. So if you want to change that little site address at the end here, not there, right here, you can switch that right here to just like test company. I mean, not that it's going to do anything, but if you're not going to go with any of the paid things and you just want to do this, you just want to use this address, maybe that helps a little bit, so you can just rename it like that. And then if you, for some reason, want to unpublish your website, all you got to do is hit unpublish here and unpublish it. And now all that's going to do is everything remains the same on your end, but it's not, no one can access it on the website. And then if you do end up buying a domain and you buy the service and you want to connect it either for $6 or for 10, whatever it is, you just hit get your own custom domain or connect one you already own, and connect one you already own. So easy as that, and then you just paste your domain there that you got from Google Domains and you're good to go. What's cool too is once you connect your domain and you have a service, you can come over to the favicon over here and you can actually upload a PNG or even a JPEG of your logo right here, and then when someone goes to your website, that will be right up here. So it's just a nice professional touch to it. Then there's no way at all to tell that you're using a Wix site. That's what I love about Wix is once you pay them just a little bit to get on their plans, all of their stuff goes away. So it's just a really, really nicely built website, and no one knows where it's built. It looks super professional, and everything's branded with your logos and your font.